honest to God.
Are you taping?
I believe I am.
Oh, okay, because we gotta have some joking going on. Hello, I'm Dr. Odette Suter. I'm here to talk to you a little bit about chiropractic work. And this is my boyfriend, Johnie. I like him, he likes me. I always have to ask for him when bar comes because, well, he's my favorite. Anyway, so chiropractic work is really all about the nervous system, because the nervous system provides all the information to the body so that the body can function properly. So for the internal organs, for the muscles, tendons, ligaments, everything basically. So if we have a little bit of a blockage somewhere in the nervous system, then that will affect the end organ to where the nerves are providing the information to. So we want to make sure that we unblock that, because and it's rather easy. It can be done pretty much right away, because nerves are a bit like a water hose. If you put your foot on the water hose, there's no water flowing out, right? And you remove the foot from the water hose, and then you have water again. So with chiropractic work, what we do is we help the nervous system to have optimal flow throughout the body, so that it can bring all the information it needs to the different areas. Because, for example, if we don't have enough nerve flow or nerve information going to a muscle, a particular muscle, for example, that muscle will be weak. And if it happens to be a muscle of, let's say, a hind leg, it could compromise joint stability, because the muscles are in part, aside from ligaments, responsible for joint stability. So if we have a weak muscle, then that joint will become unstable and can have a little micro injury going on, or a bigger trauma down the road if something happens. For example, if the dog steps in a hole and the muscle doesn't react or respond in time, it can actually result in an injury. Whereas if the muscle had all the nerve input that it needed, it would not injure itself. It would just correct it right away. And as an example, if you've ever twisted your ankle and it keeps happening over and over again, that's because probably some of the muscles are weak and not responding in time. So we can kind of relate it to that. Obviously, the nerves also innervate all of the internal organs, the GI tract, the liver, the gallbladder, adrenals, the kidneys, etc. So it's important that the nerve flow to the entire system is working. It's a bit like a computer. If it works really well, if there's no glitches anywhere, then everything functions properly and we don't feel like we want to throw it out the window. And so with the nervous system, that's what we do. We just optimize the function of the body with it. And I usually recommend doing that on a maintenance basis. I, for myself, go once a month to the chiropractor to get a tune-up, because we all live, we sleep funny and do strange things. And same for dogs and cats and horses. It's always good to give them maintenance treatments, and it depends a little bit on how well they hold and what they do in life, etc., and what their issues are. Some need more and some need a little bit less. So anyways, I'm going to give you a little bit of a demo here with my little friend. So first I'm going to check for different areas to see what's going on, and I'm going to use my surrogate dog here with her arm. So I'm just going to check him for different things and see where there is a problem. And I will talk to you about muscle testing in another video to give you a little more information on how it works. So right now, feel free to just think that I'm doing some woo-woo stuff. So I'm just checking different muscle groups to see if there's any weakness in any of those muscles, because then I can trace it back and see where the nerve might be impinged a little bit. Sometimes it's just a bit of pressure on a nerve from a tight muscle that's running right above it, or it could just be a little bit of a misalignment within the spine that causes a little bit of impairment of the nerves that come out from between the individual vertebrae. So far I haven't found anything, which is pretty good, because Johnie comes on a regular basis, so he's in pretty good shape that way. He's also very, very well taken care of. with nutrition and all of the things he needs. So I found a little thing right here at the level of T5, which is the upper thoracic vertebrae. So I'm going to adjust that a little bit. So it's just a little bit of a quick little pressure there. Very gentle, nothing painful, and you can see he didn't really react much. Found another one down here in the lumbar area, and he's helping me out by getting up. Makes it a little bit easier for the adjustment. You're very good, Johnny. And another one.
Yep, stand.
And they're all on the same side, so that makes me think that maybe part of his brain, which is responsible for balance and all of those, you know, balance and proper movement, is maybe slightly impaired. I'm not getting quite enough information, and here I found it. It's actually part of the cerebellum, for those who know what the cerebellum is. So there's just one area that's not quite functioning at the level that it should. So I'm just going to adjust that.
Will that make him smarter?
Yes. He's already smart. Okay. So when they have the issues, you know, the little hypomobility where the spinal cord isn't moving quite as well, or the spine, not the spinal cord. If it's all on the same side, usually it comes from the cerebellum. So I want to fix that, because everything talks with each other. All the nerves, they talk with each other and give each other feedback. So it's important to make sure that the feedback is correct, right, my friend. So that's it for him. I think he's pretty good. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. If you have any questions, give us a call, and we'll be more than happy to talk to you about it more, and also give your animal the treatment.